CD Projekt Red says you can't mod Johnny Silverhand into a Joy Toy in Cyberpunk 2077. Non-consensual sex with Keanu Reeves or Hideo Kojima is forbidden. So basically, they're trying to regulate mods. That's what's going on right here. So long story short, people were making mods where you can have sex with, well, Keanu Reeves' character. And CD Projekt Red is pitching a fit about it. Now, to be fair, I can understand why they may have to do this from a legal perspective, because Keanu Reeves' lawyers and PR reps and agents and all that are probably riding CD Projekt Red's ass over this. Like, how dare you allow this to happen to our employer's likeness? So I can somewhat understand the position they're in, but still, fuck them. You cannot control mods. Go fuck yourselves. It's not going to work. I understand why you at least have to make it look like you're putting in the bare minimum efforts to do it, to keep your fucking big Hollywood celebrity agents happy. I get it. But CD Projekt Red, do you really want to drive yet another wedge between you and your customers after the past few months? Is this really what you want to do? I mean, I'm not going to stop you. You do you, but just saying, Keanu Reeves is in a game that actually has sex in it as a mechanic. And did him or his agents really believe that someone wasn't going to make that possible to happen with his character? Like, really? Let this be a lesson, though. First off, I would say you don't need celebrities in your fucking games. Don't even include them. And second, if you do happen to include a celebrity, make sure you put a clause in the contract that's non-negotiable that pretty much says once the game is released, we have no control over what the fans do with it. Because really, CD Projekt Red, they cannot afford yet another PR black eye. So in context, anytime the modding community gets its hands on a new game, sex and nude mods are almost inevitable. Modders are still getting their feet wet with Cyberpunk 2077. Oh, just wait. So I think like right around the time that most of the major bugs are fixed, which is when I'm probably going to pick the game up, that's going to be when all the good like big anime titty mods are coming out. But Nexus had to pull a recent sex mod that allowed players to do it with Keanu Reeves despite it being rated PG. Well, that's weird. All right. Celebrities, stop putting your likenesses in games if you're going to get butthurt at what people do with them. You fucking idiots. Modders have been tinkering with Cyberpunk 2077 practically since day one, just like any PC game. CD Projekt Red usually encourages community mods for its games. In fact, it released its official modding support tools on Wednesday. However, there's one thing the studio is asking modders to stop doing. Can you please not turn Johnny Silverhand into a Joy Toy? Nope. There's so many Fujoshi out there who have the hots for Keanu Reeves, they're not going to let this one slide. And gay dudes, too. Earlier this week, Eurogamer detailed how some modders are customizing sex scenes by swapping Joy Toy and Night City sex worker models with a variety of other NPCs, including Johnny Silverhand, who was portrayed by Keanu Reeves. In Johnny's case, or any other model based on an IRL person, CD Projekt Red says don't do it. No, this is entirely your fault and your problem, CD Projekt Red. You don't want this happening? Stop using the real life people's likenesses then. No one fucking told you to do that. No one fucking told you guys to put Keanu Reeves and Hideo Kojima in this game. You're the ones that did it. You fucking deal with it. Our most important rule regarding user-generated content, game mods in particular, is that it can't be harmful towards others, CD Projekt Red said in the statements to PC Gamer. Imagine being so stupid you legitimately believe a computer game mod can be harmful to somebody. If that's true, how long until we see someone kill someone else in IRL with a Cyberpunk 2077 mod? Now that would be harmful right there. In the case of model swaps, especially those that involve explicit situations, it can be perceived as harmful by the people who lent us their appearance for the purpose of creating characters in Cyberpunk 2077. You should have made it clear to them that this shit's gonna happen as soon as the modders get their hands on it. Fucking seriously. I know damn well every single thing I put out is probably going to be looted by the time if I God, it's happened before. I revealed something at the beginning of a stream, and by the end of the stream there was already Rule 34 fan art of it. And that's just how this fucking shit works. Quit crying about it. The Keanu Reeves sex mod was up on Nexus Mods for only about a day before getting pulled. It's been archived though. It still exists. It isn't that the customized sex scenes are too explicit. On the contrary, they swapped the NPC models. They swapped in NPC models are fully clothed for the time being. Yeah, once the nude mods come out, you know they're not going to leave Johnny Silverhand out of that. So the sex is even tamer than it already was. The problem is that CD Projekt Red does not want to create a situation where real-world actors are put into sexual scenarios that were not in the script. I don't even know what else to say at this point. I'd just be beating the dead horse. So I'm just going to move on. Reeves does have a legitimate sex scene in the game. It plays out from Johnny's perspective in a segment that allows the player to semi-control the mercenary rockstar. The scene is virtual, of course, meaning that Reeves did not actually perform the act in a mocap studio or anything that we know of. However, he did agree to this scene and he accepted the script. Anything beyond that could potentially lead to legal issues that CD Projekt Red would rather avoid. The game maker added there is one exception. Now, let this be a lesson to any other developer before we get to the exception here. Stop signing these celebrities. You don't need them. If you need star power to sell your game, and you're already a AAA developer, the fuck is wrong with you? Now, for indies, it might make sense. If CD Projekt Red was some no-name indie company, then yeah, getting Keanu Reeves and Hideo Kojima on board, that would probably increase their sales by a factor of 1,000, if not more. But if you're already a big AAA publisher and developer, and you still need to rely on star power to sell your game, you have a problem. When making fan content, creators have to make sure they've got permission from all the concerned parties, which might be people other than CD Projekt Red. Bullshit. It's a fucking 3D model in a video game. Doesn't fucking matter who it was modeled off of. Johnny Silverhand is not Keanu Reeves. It's a fucking fictional character in a video game. Get your head out of your fucking ass about that. Get over yourselves. For the characters we've invented for the game, we broadly permit you to tweak the game at will and just have fun. When it comes to models of real people who we ask to participate in the game, we kindly ask you refrain from using them in any situation that might be found offensive if you don't have their explicit permission. So basically, don't use them at all, because there's nothing in existence that some snowflake isn't going to find offensive. That's basically what they're saying. Although you guys know this is going to have the exact opposite effect. I hope you realize. We're going to be seeing so much Johnny Silverhand porn coming out right now. So if you happen to have Keanu or Hideo Kojima, yes, he's in the game briefly, image above, on speed dial, you might have a chance at talking them into it. Otherwise, don't attempt having non-sex with Keanu Reeves. You're not going to stop anybody, man. It doesn't work this way. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna start suing your most hardcore fans? Like, oh, you better stop making these mods or we'll sue you. I'm still just fucking mad that Western games are allowed to have full-blown sex scenes in them. But anime fucking games, they can't even have... the fucking titties can't be too revealing. Seriously, fuck Sony. Like, really, fuck Sony. I hope they go bankrupt this generation. I really do. Oh man, I am so excited to tell you guys right now that finally, after about a year of build up and shilling, we have launched Blade Devil on Indiegogo, and so far it is doing so well thanks to awesome people like you. If you haven't backed it yet, then please check the links in the description and check out Blade Devil on Indiegogo. You will not be disappointed. Looking forward to seeing you there.